Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, we have a new double money bonus event week upon us. And for that week, we have 1.5 bonus on import and export, your special vehicle cargo. So this video is going to be telling you guys how to maximize your income and be the most efficient you can while selling and sourcing your cars for import and export. Alright. So let's get right into it. I'm going to take you through everything, how to sell, how to source, the different ways to go about doing this, using a cargobob, all that good stuff, all right? So let's take a look at it. First things first, and I'll have a video on this later. You want to make sure that you are sourcing and selling only top range cars. And to do that, what you need to do is make sure that you have between 10 and 11 of your standard and mid-range vehicles. But to ensure your success and efficiency on this, make sure none of your standard and mid-range vehicles have duplicate license plates, meaning that make sure you don't have two of the same license plate vehicles in your garage that are mid-range and standard. As you see right here, I have 11 mid-range and 11 standard each, and none of my license plates are duplicated. There's no two of the same license plate. That's very important. So to get this started, you have to spend some time, maybe about an hour or two, to do this. You'll source all the standard, all the mid-range cars that you need between 10 and 11. And then you'll notice that the only cars you are sourcing are going to be top range. And that's where you want to be. And again, I'll have a video on this a little bit later, okay, to help out with that. Now, so you are ready to sell. Pick a top range vehicle, go to export. Don't worry about the collections. This method is 100% solo. All right, so don't worry about the collections right now. It's really not worth it. And let's go ahead and get the export done. Now, I am in a solo public lobby. You can find a solo public lobby just by spamming find new session, or you can MTU your lobby out. If you're on Xbox, you can just test internet connection, and it's similar with PC as well. But make sure you're in a solo public lobby. Now, if you are in a friendly public lobby, that's good because then you won't have any enemy NPCs chasing you while you're making a sale. And I'm going to show you on the sales what to do with and without the cargobob. So don't worry about when you customize the vehicle. Just get through that as quick as possible. You have to pay $30,000 to customize the vehicle, so don't worry about that. And from your warehouse, you have to figure this out yourself. Depending on what warehouse you have to drive about a couple blocks, and then the enemy NPCs will start to spawn. So as soon as you find your sweet spot and get that figured out, just get out of the vehicle and don't worry about the enemy NPCs damaging the vehicle. They are after you. As you see right here, I move away from my vehicle. They're shooting at me. And you will have between 2 and 4 waves of enemy NPCs. So there'll be up to 2 to 4 waves, and each wave will have 2 vehicles each. Sometimes there's 2 waves, sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 4. It all just depends. So it's between 2 and 4 waves of 2 enemies each, all right? Or 2 cars, and each car will have 2 bad guys in the vehicle. All right, as you see right here, I'm working on my second wave, and this particular sale only had 2 waves of 2 enemy NPC vehicles. So you just kind of hang out for a second, make sure none of the other ones spawn. I'm just showing you this in real time. And again, they're after you. They're not after the vehicle. So just park your vehicle off the side of the road. And then again, you have to find that little sweet spot area. It's a couple of blocks away from your warehouse as you're driving where they will spawn. And as soon as you see those red dots spawn on the map, ditch your vehicle, get out, run away from it so they're not shooting at you and hitting the vehicle. And then you're good to go. And as you see right here, I just got to keep an eye on the map, make sure no more spawn, and I'm fine. So you just drive on off. Be careful, it's not a race. Don't crash your car up. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. 100% profit. The car sells for $150,000 right now. You have to pay $30,000, so you make a net profit of $120,000. Simple, right? Okay, so what if you have a cargobob? And I do recommend using the cargobob. It does make your life much easier. So wherever your warehouse is, find a nice open spot that you can fly your cargobob into and hook the vehicle. Now this is important. I will have a tips and tricks guide later on as well, showing you how to use the cargobob. But what you need to do is when you lower your hook, aim for the highest part of the vehicle. That could be the spoiler or it could be the roof. Every car is going to be different. So some cars, the roof will be the highest point of the vehicles, and some cars, the spoiler will be the highest part of the vehicle. All right, so just aim for your hook right there. Now, if you want to choose during the customization process, like the biggest spoiler, that may help you out. You could do that. That's fine, no problem. But as soon as you hook the vehicle up, this is very important. Make sure you look at the altimeter, and you want to gain between 11 and 1,500 feet of altitude. Okay, the altimeter is that little dial right there in the middle. I'm kind of focusing my camera on there, and then you're able to fly on out to your checkpoint. And the reason why you want to gain that altitude is so you don't crash in any kind of mountains, and so the NPC enemies don't spawn beneath you and shoot your vehicle up. All right. Now, after you've completed your sale, you'll notice you have a 20-minute cooldown time. And during this cooldown time is when you will add other money-making opportunities to this process. You could either run crates if you want to for a long-term money solution, or you can run headhunter, sightseer, and client jobs. That's going to be the quickest way, and that's going to be a very efficient way to make money during this week with this bonus. Is inside that 20-minute cooldown, you can do between 2 and 3 of those missions. A couple of headhunters and a client job, or a couple of client jobs and a headhunter, whatever. But typically, you could probably get around 2 of them done, because you also have to source a vehicle inside that 20-minute cooldown time, and you want to leave yourself about 10 minutes of time to source the vehicle. So you see right there, I got the headhunter done and knocked that out, got 20 grand. Now I'm going to do a diamond shopping client job. And then, when you get this sale going, this rhythm and this process, you'll be swapping out between, certain client jobs and certain headhunter or sightseer missions. That's fine. No big deal. You see right here, I'm taking care of the enemy NPCs inside Angelico, the jewelry store. Go ahead and grab the stones. And I'm not sure if you know this, but there's hot and then there's hot. Okay, so just keep that in mind, right? Anyway, so go ahead and you want to use a Mark II with with this process as well. That's going to be one of the better vehicles to use. If you don't have a Mark II, a Buzzer will be okay. Whatever though. You see right here, and under 2 minutes, knock that out, get 30,000. So inside this cooldown, and there's possibility where you can add another one of those. Maybe you can do another sightseer or a headhunter as well, and so you can add to that method. But I'm going to go ahead and play it safe with the numbers here, and just base this off of 2 of those missions, 1 headhunter and sightseer, and 1 client job, and then you source the vehicle. So now we're going to source the vehicle. You have to pay yourself back, all right? We'll be using the cargobob. Now remember, if you're sourcing without the cargobob, the same concept applies. Get into the source vehicle, drive it for a couple of blocks, and then allow the enemy NPCs to spawn. You will get between 2 and 4 waves of 2 vehicles each and take care of business, get back in the vehicle, and drive on down. But if you do have a cargobob, park it somewhere close to the source vehicle, not too close to where you'll spawn the enemy NPCs and they'll start shooting your cargobob up. Not every mission is going to be as easy as this, I understand that. And some of the missions, you can't even use the cargobob. For example, the one that you have to keep the vehicle above a certain speed, you can use the cargobob on that. Sometimes it doesn't want to hook. For some reason, it's weird like that, but just keep that in mind. So I want to make sure you guys know how to do this both ways. But park your cargobob in a safe spot, allow enemy or regular NPCs to drive around it or whatever, and then you also want to park your source vehicle in a decent location. This is a prime example of how tight these locations can be, and it is very, very difficult sometimes to maneuver in there, but stay calm. It's no big deal. You'll be able to take care of this. Drop your hook down, and again, aim for the highest part of the vehicle. Get it attached, and again, you want to make sure that you watch your altimeter, and you want to get between 11 and 1,500 feet of altitude. Aim your cargobob towards your warehouse, and once you hit that altitude that you need, that sweet spot, just make a straight line right there. And you don't have to land in the corona ring. You just have to hover over top of it at a certain height, and then it just brings it in, it pulls it in, and you're good to go. That's the whole entire concept. It's very, very easy. It'll be a little, kind of a little odd at the beginning. That's fine. Make sure you park your terabyte outside of your vehicle warehouse as well. That makes it much easier because you can source the vehicles from your terabyte. All right, let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the profit here. Import-export right now has a 1.5 multiplier, a bonus. So your maximum net income is going to be $120,000 for selling the cars. You can get roughly 20 grand from a headhunter or a sightseer, roughly 30,000 from a client job. And you have a 20-minute cooldown in between sales. So that means that you could do this process 3 times per hour. So you'll sell a vehicle, you'll do a headhunter or a sightseer, you'll move on to a client job, then you'll source your vehicle to pay yourself back, and you can do this 3 times an hour. So basically you're looking at $170,000 times 3 times an hour. It's $510,000 per hour, plus your passive income, 100% solo. You should be able to make roughly $650,000 per hour. Now again, you have to spend a little bit of time to get your top range vehicle set up, and you have to kind of get the rhythm of this whole process and this method. But once you do, you get this down, you'll be cooking and you'll make some good money. All right. So that's it right there, guys. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest or realest content in the game. Make sure you smash that like button. And you guys stay dangerous, right? We'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Yeah.